Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to create a slick and modern loader with numbers using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This loader will add a touch of elegance to any web project. Let's get started. Okay, create new HTML file and first let's add title our page. We can write something like advanced loader with numbers. Correct this letter and now we can start creating our markup. Create container for our loader. It will be div element and also add class. Call this class loader. And inside our container we can start creating our items. First create our circle, add class, and next we need to create our lines. We'll also be using div and also create class. Okay, and next step we need to create our counter. Create new element and add class, call this class loader inner. Also create span and our numbers will be inside this span. Default it will be 0 and create class number and also create ID. We'll be using this ID inside our JavaScript file. We can also write number. Okay, and in the end we need to create dots. Create new element. It can be div or span, but I'll be using div this time. Add class and we'll be have 3 points. Duplicate this code 3 times. Okay, and now our markup is ready and let's look at the window. Here is our number and now we can start creating our styles. First we need to create new file with CSS extension and we need to connect this file inside our head. Create new tag, it will be link, and also we need to add attribute rel with value style sheet. Okay, and also add a link to our file. Okay, our file with styles is connect and next step we can start creating our styles. First let's create basic style for our HTML document and body. Create new selector and first add height 100% and delete all margin. Also center all elements inside our body. We can combine properties like display flags, justify content center and align items center. Okay, also create a set background. Create black and let's change our font. We can use a property font family and add some options. Our font connects and also let's set color our text inside our body. Create new property, color white. Okay, now let's look at the window and like you see our styles work and next let's create styles for our container. Copy our loader class and let's also duplicate this code and change position because we need relative. Okay, and now we can create styles for our number. Copy this class and paste here. First create new font size and add font weight bold. Also create new color. And the same change position. We'll be using relative and that index 10. Okay, let's look at the window. Here's our number, but let's also create some shadow. Using property text shadow and create 0, 0, 8, and we can copy color our text. Let's look again. Like you see now, it looks more attractive. And next, let's create styles for our cycle. Create new selector and first add position absolute. Create width. Do the same for our height. And we need to create radius. We'll be using percent and border. Solid and also create new RGB color. Okay, let's look at the window. Here's our circle, and next step we need to change color our top line. Create new property names, border, top, color, and we can add color our number. Okay, and next let's create styles for our lines. Create new selector and first change position. We'll be using absolute, and we can copy this. We can copy these properties, but let's change some value. And we also need border, but change size. I think 2 pixels will be enough. Okay, let's look at the window. Okay, it looks attractive, and next let's create styles for our points. Copy this class and create new rule. Duplicate this code and change value again, because the size too big, and create new background. We'll be using our main color and also add top 0. Okay, now let's look at the window. Here's our point, and now we're gonna start creating our animation. First we'll create spin animation using keyframe and name this animation spin. We have 2 parts and transform, rotate 0 and duplicate this code, but change value. Also add deck and change numbers at 100%, and next duplicate this animation, and now we'll create pulse, and let's combine our first line and change our last part. Okay, and for this animation we don't need rotate, we need scale. We'll be using 1, and to finish 1.1. Okay, and our last animation will be bones. Create this animation, and now we need using translate 0 and minus 20 pixels. Okay, our animations are ready, and next we need to connect this animation. First create animation for our number. Create new selector and using property anim, and we'll be using our pools add time 1 second, and our animation will be infinite. Okay, and duplicate this code here, but here we need spin animation and also change time. Also we can change effect. Let's add liner. Okay, and do the same for our lines. But now we'll be using rotate animation and also change time. Okay, and in the end let's create animation for our points. Duplicate this code, and now we need our last animation names bones, and change speed our animation and delete liner. We'll be using something else. Okay, and now let's look at the window. Like you see, our animations are works, and also let's change position our points, because now we see only one point. We can copy this class and using pseudo class anti-child and create left 10% and change animation delayed. Okay, let's look at the window. Like you see, now we see 2 points, and let's do the same for our last dots. Duplicate this code 2 times and change our property. Okay, I think it will be enough. Let's look at the window, and like you see, everything works well, and next step we can start creating logic for our number. Open our HTML file, and now we need to connect our JavaScript file. Create new tag, this tag name script, and add attribute src and link to our file. Okay, open this file, and first let's create our counter. Default it will be 0, and also we need to get our number element using document get element by id and copy this id, paste here, and let's create function to update our numbers. Create new function and call this function update number, and inside this function we'll be using our number element and property text content and add our count. And also all time when this function will be called, we need to calculate our count using our variable and add our count plus 1. Okay, our function is ready, and next let's create interval. First argument will add name our function, and the second argument will be time. We'll be using 1 second. Okay, and now let's look at the window, and like you see, our loader works. And today we created a modern loader with numbers using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe to my channel for more web development tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.